Knowledge and courage, right? On the website, there's all kinds of information on the American Lands Council website. It's kind of a geek fest, actually. The legal analysis, the Federalist Society legal overview, please, please, please take that and share that with your city and county attorneys, with your bar association, your prominent attorneys in town, your government officials, the government affairs people, wherever you can get to. Share that with them, and ask for, if they have any critique or comment, please let them know. So what we're going to send you tonight, I'll send you these slides, so you'll have those and you can share, and there's going to be about 100 bonus slides that we'd be here longer if we went through those. Great information, but we'll send you the slides. I'm also going to send you this. We prepared this for the Western Governors Association. You've got a one-page overview of what we've talked about tonight. Why the difference? Well, your land is arid, of course, and it's rugged, of course. And you gave it up. You just didn't want it. And of course, you can't manage your own land, and this is clearly unconstitutional, even though it's already been done before and the promises are the same. Now over here, did we really give up our land at statehood? Well, you see, because it says forever disclaim all right and title, but of course that's Nebraska's Enabling Act, and Alabama and Louisiana and North Dakota and South Dakota. And then over here, it's already been done before by Illinois and Missouri and Arkansas and Louisiana, and the excerpt from the Enabling Act of Hawaii, and it's the only solution big enough. Now here then, you've got a 1 to 2 page, so this is a 1-page overview. Then you've got a short 1 to 2 page summary at each of these tabs. So from tab 1, you've got a 1 to 2 page summary here, and then tab 2, 3, and 4. And then here you've got attachments that give you the source documents. This is a veto statement from Andrew Jackson that, from 1832. Remember, the debt was paid off, and Congress decided that it was going to transfer the land, but it was going to keep the money in Congress, and when the states did what they want, it would give them money. And does that sound familiar? And it passed the House and the Senate, and Andrew Jackson vetoed the bill, and he wrote the single best, most concise contemporaneous history on how the public land question began in 1780. Please, that's a wonderful, in fact, I don't know how much time we have, but if you've got a minute, this is just marvelous. This is out of this veto statement from Andrew Jackson. Listen to this. Here's what he says. I do not doubt that it is the real interest of each and all the states in the Union, and particularly of the new states, that the price of these lands shall be reduced and graduated, and after they've been offered for sale for a certain number of years, the refuse remaining unsold shall be abandoned to the states, and the machinery of our land system entirely withdrawn. No BLM, no Forest Service, no. It cannot be supposed that the compacts, going back to 1780, and the cessions from the states and the enabling acts, it cannot be supposed that the compacts intended the United States should retain forever a title to lands within the states which are of no value. And no doubt it's entertained that the general interest would be best promoted by surrendering such lands to the states. Please read the whole document. It's marvelous. Also, you'll get in the legal analysis. We'll give you an executive summary, about a 5. So you've got the 35-page version of this is on the website, but this is a 5-page version, so you and the lawyers and the others you're going to share this with can get smarter faster. Right? And then the 150 trillion and the dependency of the states, and a comparison side by side of enabling acts and the FBI criminal activity alert, and samples of the resolutions that are being done by farm bureaus and counties and cities and school districts and states are here as well. We'll send that to you, and please make use of it. Knowledge. So the legal analysis. Share the message. How many are on Facebook? Great. Like the Facebook page tonight, please, American Lands Council. Invite 10, 20, everybody that are your friends on your thing, invite them to like the Facebook page. That allows us to get information to you very rapidly. If you tweet, I'm still trying to figure out how to tweet on Twitter and all that sort of thing. But it's an American Lands CN if you do that. But share that message. Can you imagine Thomas Jefferson with a Facebook page? Could you imagine Benjamin Franklin with a YouTube channel? Yeah, I'm positive they never would have slept. Right? Think of the opportunity we have to move this message by whatever means you have. Executive briefings. What we're finding right now, that courage comes most from those that have the governors and the congressional members on speed dial. These are the titans in the community, the Chamber of Commerce types. I'm sure there are several of them here tonight, perhaps. These are the folks that can move that message and demand and instill the courage at the level that unfortunately politics today does not lend itself well to risk. Politics at the highest level, at the executive levels, does not lend itself to risk. That courage comes from those who help them get in office the most, and we know where those are. What we're doing is now the executive briefings, the titans of the community, we're asking them for 30 minutes to give them an overview of this, and then answering any questions they may have, and then we ask them two things. Please help with whatever resources you can to move this message forward. This needs to have a mass message campaign. Please help to do that. And then also, you have them on speed dial them and ask them, why? Why are we tolerating this? And so the executive briefings, to the extent, I wish I could be here, I wish I could stay in Arizona and teach and move this more and train others to do this thing, this sort of messaging, but I love my children more than you. And I need to go home. I'm tired. But if you can set up those kinds of executive briefings where you can help leverage my time to come back to larger organizations, if you have your organization of county supervisors and your league of cities and towns and your state cattlemen's and farm bureaus and those sorts of things, please arrange with my wife and I'll come back as often as I can. I think I'm already scheduled to be back the first part of February. There's some big campaign thing and we'll get information back to you on that. Money and manpower move this message. If you can do Facebook and tweet and Twitter and email and your own groups and your own newsletters and whatever you do, please do whatever you can that way. It's going to take money. It's not going to take nearly as much money to tell the truth as it does to tell these sorts of fables that we've been talking about this evening. But it does take that. And so on the website, you can donate on the American Lands Council website, please. This is going to take whatever it takes and to continue to move that forward. Courage. That's the job interview next year, right? It's happening starting right now. And seriously demand answers. Why the difference? What specifically are you going to do about it? Don't tolerate, I support this 100%, I support it 120%. That's great. The next question is, what specifically are you willing to do, investing your political capital to make this happen? And who else are you bringing to the table, and how can I help you? Those are the job interview questions. Demanding courage, your personal contact emails, phone calls, your groups, the resolutions, the leverage that you're going to bring to the table. It doesn't take a lot to turn your one voice into 220,000 coming from your county, to hundreds of thousands into millions from your state. It really does not take that much. 4 years ago, you guys, I'm a dad, sitting at home frustrated with what's happening. 5 states have passed this legislation. National organizations, Heritage Foundation, the Federalist Society, the State Policy Network, they're all starting to engage on this now because they see this as a working exercise of states beginning to band together as a team to be a roadblock to the federal government and to compel that it honor the same promises. I'm a dad 4 years ago. I really would much rather not be doing this, quite frankly, but we have work to do. That knowledge is a curse as well as a blessing. These executive briefings also in terms of bringing the resources to the table to make that happen. So you now know why the difference, right? Here's where we've been. Federal land management is killing Western communities, and it's threatening our nation. The promises are the same. Our states and the states east of Colorado. It's already been done before, repeatedly. If we fail to do this, if we fail at this opportunity to do battle, like Thomas Hart Benton, that one man, did battle, it won't be because it's impossible or illegal or unconstitutional, but simply because we lack the knowledge and the courage. For the only solution big enough to fund education and govern ourselves, to better care for our lands and forests, to protect the access that's being shut off all over the West, to create real full-time jobs and grow local, state, and national economies. If we fail, we have no one else to blame but us.